Hello, y'all. I am back with Chasing Atlanta review. This is season 6, episodes 11. No, let me make sure I got it right. Yep, 11 and 12. We getting on to the end, y'all. And unfortunately, it really is going to be the end. I thought they was going to change that mind on the reunion, but look like we ain't getting no damn reunion, child. So it is what it is, y'all. So it look like it just be this review and then the season finale, and that's it, y'all. So episode 11, where do we start off at? So we got Tony and Jay quickly catching up to reiterate what happened with one of Tony's children going off of someone inappropriately smacking their behind. So the person was mildly SA. They snapped, and now Tony alluded to one of the children taking charges out. The child wanted to whoop some behind, but Mother Tony stepped in. She into mother mode and darn gonna shut it down real quick, fast, and hurry for the sake of optics. But on the back end, they dealing with some legalities or whatnots in regards to that. So that what happened down to the ballroom in regards to the almost fight that broke out. And then we finally find out that Jay is now finds out about Shein and their foolishness. See, now I thought that he knew already, and that this was a PR campaign to combat, the charges and whatnot. But no, this was going on before he found out. So as soon as he found out about the RICO charges, Shein is no more, honey. So they got to rely on shit by Sheree for the fashions, honey. Because Jay ain't designing none of them, honey. Boom. So that's that or whatnot. He says it's on pause. I'm going to go on here and say it's an indefinite pause. And then Tony says I'm talking about I'm so used to Tony being a male name, but Tony says she finds it refreshing to see fashion designers are also affected by the wire strike. Wrong choice of words, baby. It's like, what, just because your coins are affected and you darn gonna over there hurting, don't say words like refreshing and it's a joy, because it ain't nothing happy about nobody else also suffering with your black ass. Honey, that's the epitome of the goddamn misery loves company. Just because you over there being a broke beat, don't make me have to be broke too, child. But you could say, you could have rephrased it to like, it's, I don't know what the word she could have said other than like, it's eye-opening to see more people outside of the realm of acting that we typically don't think of in the entertainment industry that is also grossly affected by the atrocities of pay inequality in the industry. With black and brown actresses, they are highly disproportionately paid in conjunction with their worth. I.e., we hear about Taraji P. Henson. In the past, we've heard about Monique, etc. That's how she should have phrased it. She could have phrased it as in, it's an eye-opening, disappointing experience to see all the other people that are affected, including in realms of fashion such as Jay Moore. But to say that it's refreshing, girl, wrong choice of words, baby. Wrong choice of words. Then we got Tony, Jay, and several other cast members were uninvited, then re-invited back to the darn anniversary party of the transversary. It's my tranniversary. Honey, I didn't have one, honey. I ain't know that was a thing, honey. I wouldn't have had nobody to invite any damn way. We probably would have did a virtual... We probably would have did a virtual celebration here on YouTube or whatnot. But I didn't know that was a thing as a tranniversary. Mine was back in May, child. And hell, I was going through a lot back in May any damn ways, honey. I done up and quit my job, and a couple days later I found out we had a goddamn eviction notice. And then the lights was out for 2 weeks. By no fault of our own, because we paid the light bill and we were still in the goddamn dark for 2 weeks. Had to go to a hotel for a week behind them trifling neighbors and shit. The neighbors darn gonna try to rig our power, and then they darn gonna cause PwC to take our meter, and we had to get a whole new meter box and everything. So even though we done paid our light bill, it's like we was in the dark. I had to stay over there in a week in the dark, y'all. siphoning off of my neighbor's internet and everything. So I wouldn't have been able to celebrate my train anniversary any goddamn way, child. But then we get over to now Jay mentions Jaytwan calling camera. Oh God, now this is a running theme. First, Jaytwan had told the camera crew to pick up for the scene of Oliver and him, and now Jaytwan saying that Jay is saying Jaytwan did the same thing to him. Lord knows. In the words of Ariel Horror, honey, call sheet hoes, honey. Not Jaytwan over there being a goddamn call sheet hoe bitch. Also reveals Jaytwan was talking shit about Indario. Oh, we done seen how that done unfolded. I've been watching darn gonna Trace so raw, honey. Hence why we ain't getting no damn reunion. Meanwhile, now Willa and Dominique discuss Seven feeling irritated about Troy. Holston also brings up Jaytwan issues with everybody. As Willa's getting irritated talking about Jaytwan, honey, here comes the storm, honey. Here comes the rain. I am the earth. I am you. Honey, there ain't no love here, baby, honey. It ain't no charm going on over here except for the good looks of the people at the table. But honey, darn go, Willa done talked up the storm, honey. So they had to go inside to reconvene the conversation about the foolishness of some of their castmates. Then we get over to like the annual flu. Seven is back on the screen. Now this bitch said she was gone in the heat. Well, actually it wasn't even nighttime. She went out into that great darn gone sunshiny day. Only the darn gonna turn back on our screens, baby. Child, I'm gonna take a catchphrase for I'm gonna take a catchphrase from Really Be TV and say, bitch, this is shit we did not ask for. Girl, we didn't ask for you to darn gonna make a U-turn. We didn't ask for your boomerang shaped ass to darn gonna return your ass back around. Girl, you could have kept on sashaying up into the great darn on sunshiny day. But she back on our screens, y'all. So it is what it is, honey. What else do we got? Oh, we did have a personal scene with her about talking to her mother about transitioning or whatnot. I can't relate to that for obvious reasons, honey. I'm a hood bitch. I pretty much had to self-raise myself for the most part. The only person that halfway raised me died when I was 16. The other one had Alzheimer's since I was 9 years old. So it's like, as far as the sperm donor is non-existent, millionaire, supporting all his children with me. And the egg donor, she's just around. So it's like, I didn't give a damn what anybody said about me. But she has parents that are there. Now, it's interesting because her parents are some damn lesbians. And it's like, you would think your darn parents would be more supportive or whatnot. But then it's like, y'all not even let me not talk about it, nobody parents or whatnot. But it's like, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy in the community. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I ain't even going to really touch on that too tough. You got two mamas talking about they darn confused. I'm not going to touch on that, child. Rico practicing for the festival for his first set list over 3 minutes. Now, Rico, what the hell? What in the new age rap is going on? How the hell you got darn gonna never had a set list over 3 minutes? The average song supposed to be like 3.5, 4 minutes. But see, these new age rappers and singers, they be coming out with these darn gone songs that's under 3 minutes long. So you telling me this the first time? For the very first time. This the first time that you have a set list over 3 minutes. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet when I think about it. How the hell? I mean, I got to look at Rico's playlist, and Lord knows he got a playlist. Who bad? You telling me that song ain't over 3 minutes? What's the other one, honey? The most recent one, I blame me. I blame myself. I blame myself. You telling me that one ain't over 3 minutes? The one that you got with a Ray ain't over 3 minutes. Like, Rico got quite a few darn on songs. I'm shocked to hear that this is the first time he's doing a 3+ minute set list. And then and this is his hometown. This is my hometown. My hometown, baby. How the hell you in your hometown? Honey, Atlanta, do better. Do better. Y'all darn gonna really doing y'all doing the Prince of the South wrong, honey. But anyways, moving on. I guess better late than never, child. Then Wayne pops up at the studio and calls out Rico on the controversy about not inviting him. But Rico was the main one that popped off at the event. You worried about Wayne popping off at the event. Wayne said, well, hell, last year at the House in Virginia event, he had issues with Dominique and Troy, and yeah, he didn't pop off. It was darn gone Rico with the mace that darn gone popped off. And you know, this is a consistent theme over on the Chasing, where the people who are not known to display the outright violence is being stereotyped more than the people who have been displaying the violence. Awkward. But speaking of awkward, we got King Kang and Tonka at the darn gone picnic day, honey. Now we get a little bit more tragic news. Because, you know, this is just the thing with Chasing. They always sprinkle in some tragedy on every episode. It never fails. But this one was real tragic. Like, back in 2001, on September 3rd, now that date is very special to me. That's one of my husband's birthdays or whatnots. And it's my baby cousin's birthday. But, yes, shout out to August. Y'all know I love me a Louisiana baby. Honey, darn God, August is a Virgo on the 3rd, honey. So September the 3rd, 19 days before his birthday. So his birthday is September 22nd. What comes after Virgo? I want to say Libra. So he's a Libra. He was in a car accident right before his birthday. His dirty 30, honey. And he was darn gone left paralyzed to the point where his mama had to darn gone bathe him and everything for upwards of 8 months. He was down in Texas, what supposed to be a couple days. He ended up having to stay there for damn near a whole year. My condolences in regards to that, but he's back up and better now. So obviously things are now all right. But I know that trauma is still there. Then we get over to now, well, damn, okay. Now, how the hell you dating Tonka and you getting... Now I understand other folks getting Tonka pronouns wrong. We just gonna call a spade a spade. Now Tonka, girl, we both in the same boat, bitch. We both some handsome looking hoes. It's like, you know, I'm tall. I got my strong features and whatnot. I still get called sir too, honey. Boy, you also got the beard and shit. So it's like, I understand how on the outside looking in, just based off of stereotypes, how people want to refer to us as he as opposed to she. They're definitely more so Tonka. Because with me, it's more like 20% of people now call me he and 80% calls me she. Whereas Tonka, I feel like is the reverse. It's like 80% calls her he and only 20% calls her she. Unless it's ballroom or something like that. Or if one of the gays is referring to her in the gay colloquialism like girl or something like that. But normally it's the reverse for Tonka. But it's like, how the hell your damn man is referring to you as he, him, he is now? Can't get it, the goddamn ghetto bitch. Now that's just an ultimate level of trifling. I'm just gonna assume it's very early on in the dating and y'all didn't set them boundaries but y'all started off as friends first, so I'm trying to figure out, like, how the hell Kane didn't realize to refer to you as she. Okay. Moving on. Tonka, Rico, and Rillo all show up at the Transversary event. Jay pops up slightly later. And then, true to Oliver's namesake, he makes a grand fashion appearance late in all green. And then I will say he was a little bit more covered today, because every episode we were seeing darn going, Oliver's darn going, Magic Stick and Goodies Honey. I was like, God damn, is Oliver ever going to cover up the darn going, the package or whatnots? Okay, Oliver, we know that you blessed downstairs. Now, I don't know why you showcasing the front, because you one of the girls that don't even use your shit. You a darn gone power bottom, bitch. So it's like, you darn gonna showcasing all the goodies for nothing, but I digress. You finally got something more covered up, looking like the goddamn Riddler, honey, with this all green on, child. But then we get Seven delivers a touching speech about loving all the folks around her, supported her through her journey, inspired by all the women in her life, you know, la la la. And then, side note, for a second, I thought Seven's friend was Jay Twan. For a second, I was like, damn, Jay Twan got an invite before freaking Frat done a goddamn child. But no, that wasn't Jay Twan in the background. That wasn't Jay Twan, y'all. Then we get over to now. I know some folks is going to say Jay Twan's latest confessional look is giving Angelica. I will admit it isn't a very inquired, eccentric, Afrocentric look or whatnot. Not everybody's going to go for it. Some people's going to thank Angelica off of darn on Rugrats. But I actually love this look on Jay Twan. And surprisingly, it made Jay Twan look even more sexier to me. Like, Jay Twan I already find cute as fuck. But it was just something about this darn going look on Jay Twan that just really darn going turn me on to Jay Twan. So I actually love the look and whatnot. I know a lot of people probably had some jokes in regards to the confessional look, but Jay Twan, boo, I actually love the darn going look on you, honey. What else? We were born, have a sit down with Wayne, but unbeknownst to Wayne, honey, in comes darn on Kendra or whatnots to discuss all the stuff. We discussed darn on Berlin not being able to get on the plane. Then Kendra expressed her frustrations about thinking Wayne didn't do enough for her career. Wayne feels he went above and beyond. I feel like the truth is somewhere in the middle, in my humble opinion. Somehow it was brought up her account being hacked, and I remember this as hacked because I never told anybody this, but when Kendra's account was hacked, the person actually contacted me and was trying to strike up conversation with me. Now, I don't know why the hell, of all people, they tried to strike up conversation with me. I'm like, well, bitch, I ain't. Because I knew immediately that it was, the way the person was talking about cryptocurrency and shit, I was like, this ain't no goddamn Kendra. I ain't never known. Hell, we got even some of the, and I hate the stereotype Kendra, but it's like, you got some of the business folks on here that don't even talk cryptocurrency. You got Oliver not knowing about self-employment taxes. You got goddamn King Kane didn't know what a net 30 and a net 60 account is, and these are the motherfuckers that got the businesses. So I was like, I know goddamn well Kendra's not in my goddamn DMs talking about cryptocurrency investments and all this shit. I was like, we ain't never heard Kendra talk about no motherfucking darn on crypto. And then I said, I don't even get no signature catchphrase from her. I didn't get no what's gooey, bitch. What's up, fella T? We ain't getting none of that shit in the DMs. I was like, this ain't motherfucking Kendra. I had me excited. I was like, oh shit, Kendra done the darn gonna reached out to DivaWuan. And it was her account or whatnot. But no, Kendra was hacked, child. So yeah, done broke my doggone heart. I thought doggone Kendra done reached out to her Carolina girl, honey, until she started talking about goddamn crypto, honey. But yeah, I remember that. But back to this situation. Now, Kendra, you was being inconsiderate. Darn gone Wayne, you could tell, was visibly hurt. We have seen Wayne put himself on the back burner because hell, we didn't even know that Wayne did music for the longest or whatnot. So you saying that, you know, he treated you as an afterthought, but hell, we seen visually on the screen him putting his, your music before his or whatnot. Now you was coming out the money or whatnot. He was doing his part as a manager, and it just simply didn't work. Now you do have to take some ownership. Now, Kendra, you like Mary. You don't make the shit darn on easy, honey. Let's not act like you wasn't going to jail and you wasn't cutting up, you wasn't showing up to events, and you had a whole bunch of other stuff that darn on Wayne had to do now. Now Wayne supposed to be the manager, but you also had him doing a whole lot of goddamn PR work as well. So it's like, yeah, you was coming out the money, but goddamn Wayne was wearing like 3 different hats. He was your hype man. He was your darn on co-rapper, because y'all did collabs together. He's also your promoter. He's your manager. He's your darn going, getting the fashions darn on set for you and everything. And it's like you had Wayne doing like 5, 6 goddamn different jobs, bitch. Wayne was up on the stage with you last season, darn going, setting your wig and putting your hat and shit on. Like you had Wayne doing a lot more than what the typical manager do, baby. And I'm sure Wayne was not getting a coin for that shit. I'm sure Wayne didn't see no goddamn profits. You talking about he's out, you out of money, bitch. Darn on Wayne out of money too. Meanwhile, he got a mother sick, darn on children he ain't seen or whatnot. And you talking about you. It ain't always about you, girl. You got to think about other people, your damn self, girl. And we're going to leave it at that. That's episode 11 in a nutshell. Now, episode 12 about to be a good, long, lengthy one. Go ahead and get y'all snacks real quick, honey. Because, I got quite a bit of notes for darn on episode 12. Episode 12 was an hour and 45 minutes. But I promise y'all this video will not be an hour long. So, we're going to push it on through. Because I'm starting to melt in this goddamn sweater. Shout out to Rico with a K. We're going to do a little shout outs to the Chasing family. If y'all haven't seen Rico's merch, Rico got some top talk merch. This is what it looks like on me. I'm a tall girl. I am 6'1", so it does fit the tall girls as well, y'all. I think I got this in a size large, if I'm not mistaken. And then you also got the hoodie part right here with the drawstring. So shout out to former Chasing member Rico. Go ahead and get the merch. Also, my other Rico Cass and I got merchandise too. So y'all click that link tree for Rico and also download I Blame Me. I blame myself. I blame myself. And then Rico with a K, y'all know he dropped this album on his B-Day on the 7th. So, shout out to all the folks and support the girls, honey. So, that's my little promotion for the folks. Let's get on into the review. We start off with Tay G performing a diss track in front of everybody. Moving on. Rico performs I Blame Me, honey. I blame me. I blame myself. Okay, let me stop because I ain't no damn singer. I done sung that goddamn song in like 5 different off keys, child. But honey, that song is catchy. I love this new sound on Rico. We used to Rico growling and all this, but honey, I'm loving darn on pop Rico, honey. But honey, before they even got to darn on Rico, honey, Dominique and darn on Troy fell asleep because it took like several hours before we got Rico to perform on stage and whatnot. But before Rico was darn on Tonka, vroom, vroom, gone, it's run away, not run away, it's run away, not run away, it's run away, not run away. It must have been hot up in there because the girls were sweating and whatnot. So I was like, now Rico, you wasn't even doing your normal theatrics, son. You didn't have your darn on Missy Elliott, I Can't Stand the Rain leather outfit on. You wasn't booty popping and twerking. I was like, goddamn, Rico was over there darn on sweating like he's on a darn on rotisserie darn on Spitfire, honey. I was like, goddamn, do they not have this AC down to the club or whatnot? Because I was like, honey, you was doing a ballad, baby. A very soft ballad at that. You wasn't doing no old Whitney Houston ballad. You wasn't doing no Beyonce I Care type ballad. You was doing a little old pop Nicki Minaj type ballad, bitch. I was like, damn, girls ain't even got no AC down there. Folks passing out sleep. That's my roommate coming in, y'all. We got to keep it on. We got to a little bit. I thought he might have been gone to the next day. But anyways, moving on. We finally see a scene of Dominique working. I was wondering, I was like, well, damn, when is Dominique ever going to have a work scene? Now, I heard from Rico that they wanted to change the trajectory of how they did Chasing this season because they said it was like the musical. And my thing is this, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because, honey, the views was up last season, child. Not so much this season. So it's like the music the folks was here for. Because that's what the people do. They darn on singers. It's like, of course we want to see the damn music. Now, Dominique is not a singer. He tried, baby, keep your day job with the Poodles, baby. And now we seeing him with the Poodles. Now, update, Dominique, we haven't heard about your entrepreneur side endeavors. Like, do you still got the, the spray for the doggies or whatnot? It's like, I ain't even seen no promotion about, the doggy spray. Like, do you still got that going on? Like, do we got some other stuff that you work on? Because my thing is this, with that type of industry and COVID, like, if, God forbid, if we ever have, like, another shutdown, I don't want Dominique hurting. And we heard about Dominique struggling earlier this, episode about homelessness and all this, that, and the third. So I want Dominique to have a side stream of income just in case, if we ever have a shutdown again. So Dominique definitely focus on the animal pet spray. Focus on one for the dogs and the cats. That way, if your place is shut down during the pandemic again, you will actually have some money still coming in from sales. Also, make sure to have some private label, glittery doggy collars and, stuff like that. Make sure you have a little cute website, get a developer, pay $1,000 to get the website up. That way the folks can come to the website and you can set up drop shipping and whatnots. That way you don't even have to mail the stuff yourself. You can have the darn on folks from your private label darn on drop ship it to your customers. It'll still be under your name, so they won't know none of the wiser. They won't know nothing about the wholesale prices or anything. You'll get your commission. Also, make sure to set up your tax structure right, because now you are, you are LLC or whatnot. So, make sure you set aside your 15% for Uncle Sam for them self-employment taxes. In addition to whatever your tax rate is, make sure you got your accountant and everything on file. So that's my business advice for Dominique. But it's good to see Dominique working on the Poodles and whatnot. It's darn gonna get the Poodles and stuff right. Side note, honey, that darn gonna but we'll get to the side note in a moment. He was working on Gigi McGuire's dolls. Now, Gigi, I did not know was on the show. Host a radio show with Angela Yee called Lip Service. Because y'all know Angela Yee, she done left the Breakfast Club. She now does her show full time for 2 years now? So shout out to Angela Yee. And I never knew Gigi McGuire was a guest host, but that makes sense because she's a former current stripper, I don't know. I recognize her from Beyond the Pole with Coach Stormy Wellington and whatnots. I'm surprised they didn't mention that, but probably because they only had 2 seasons and she was only on one of the 2 seasons, so that's probably why. But yeah, that was a cute little scene for Dominique or whatnot. Then we get Tonka, child, honey, darn gone, Dominique friend was looking good. And then we get over to the nice, good looking Indian doctor. I was like, damn, Tonka darn gone doctor look good on the eyes, honey. I was like, child, wouldn't pay for me to be a little bit over 300 pounds. I was darn gonna go to you my damn self just to darn gonna see you. But anyways, bad one. He's getting ready for, I'm sorry, Tonka. She is getting ready for darn gone weight loss surgery. Jay, Tonka's sister, and via FaceTime, the mama is all there in attendance. Tony invites, switch over the scenes. Tony invites Nicole Sky over. Now, they trying to bond over this acting strike and shit. And I was like, now girl, now what now I ain't trying to be shady. Now what darn on show has darn on Nicole been on? Cause the only one I remember was Web Life. Web Life. Honey, we only had 2 episodes of Nicole from Web Life. That was the season Rico. Lord, they did Rico and Nicole wrong. You know what? That'd be interesting to see Nicole and Rico meet up or whatnot, because they was on that same show, Web Life. I'm surprised we didn't get that scene. Like, and Daria, what happened? Like, we could have seen Nicole meet up with Darngon Rico, and that would have been an interesting experience, considering that they was on the show that never really got to be on YouTube. But that's what I recognize Nicole from. Now, she's also on this season of G Status. Now, y'all know how Alan goes. Now, matter of fact, I'm about to be shady. Let me look at the app right now, honey. Because I said I was going to review this season of G Status, but honey, if they about to be like goddamn Nunu and release an episode every 2-3 months, I ain't about to be with it. I only allow that shit from Nunu because me and Nunu got a special relationship, honey. Nunu got a special place in my heart, whatnot. So I deal with Nunu and his foolishness. But everybody else can't do that darn on releasing shit every 2-3 months. I can still get irritated with Nunu for that bullshit. But I'm currently on the app, right? I still don't see a second episode. They gave us episode 4 of Glam Devos after what? Over a year? Rest in peace to darn not Harvey. Oh God. I try to put Harvey's handsome ass in the ground. But the other one, honey, the one I told y'all reminds me of Al Roker that I had a baby with. He reminds me like Al Roker done had a baby with like Leslie Jones or some shit. The one with the very southern voice, honey. The one with the one that looks mature and whatnot. He done tragically passed away in a car accident. So rest in peace to his family. But yeah, we done got episode 4 of darn on Glam Devos before we done got episode 2 of darn on G Status, child. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, what show has darn on Nicole been on to be affected by actor strike? But nonetheless, my sympathies go out to him, child. What else do we have? Oh yeah, she was on Judge Jerry, but hell, that one episode don't count. 7 pops up later and talks with them. Now, it is nice to hear more about that. I guess they're going to spread, the House in Virginia awareness throughout all episodes, because it's like episode 11 and they still talking about House in Virginia awareness. So now we finding out that she's partnered with HIV Possible, where they talk about how all types of women can get the house in Virginia under various circumstances. It's not just through traditional means of intercourse. It could be needles and all other sorts of stuff. Even some people can be born with it via their parent had the the disease or whatnot. So that's what HIV Possible focuses on. Then we get Troy and Willa meet up and they discuss their issues with Seven. 7 occupied by Will and Jay get lasered or whatnot. So I just got lasered the other day, and Lord knows it don't really get too much easier because they increase the dosage. Because we as trans women and whatnot, they have to increase the dosage because our hair is a lot more thicker or whatnot. So we're combating beard hair. Now I never had much hair to begin with, and I want to say 7 is in the same ballpark. Like, we just had noticeable facial hair, but we don't grow hair like none of the Ricos. Rico Cassadine, Rico with a K, Ike grows a lot of hair. I'm trying to think of all the guys on here that has a lot of hair. Tonka got a lot of beard hair. Like, I want to say 7's hair growth is like mine. Like, she could grow some noticeable hair, but it would never be to the extent of like a goatee. But even with that, it takes at least 10 sessions to get somewhat smooth or whatnot, and even then you still got to deal with a little bit of texture issues or whatnot. that you got to deal with some microderm and some chemical pills and all that. Be careful. Don't go too strong. Don't do no TCA. Just do a gentle, Mandelic pill or whatnot. A salicylic 25%. If you need some more advice, 7, just feel free to reach out to me, honey. Yeah, I'll give you my esthetician advice, because once again, I'm going through the stuff my damn self, honey. So I'm telling you from personal experience, baby. We in this together. In my darn gone Raven Simone voice. We all in this together. Or what is that darn on High School Musical? But hell, nonetheless, they got the shit from Raven first, honey. Raven is the motherfucking blueprint, bitch. But anyways, shout out to 7 as far as going through her journey and being transparent, and showcasing everything to us or whatnot. Now, I would have loved to learn more about, the place. Y'all could have shouted out the girl that she was a black-owned business or whatnot, and she over here letting y'all film her, and y'all didn't even darn gonna highlight the name. Y'all didn't drop the prices of the services. You didn't. See, now, this is where your entrepreneur endeavors was slipping, 7. You should have darn gone structured in a little discount or whatnot. You should have had a little bit of referral code for the girls and the A, honey. Use code 7, honey, or use the code Drew Friday and get 20% off your darn on first service, baby. Like, that's what you should have had done as far as your business endeavors is concerned. You dropped the ball on that, 7. Could have got a certain amount of points where you could have got some free services for how many people was referred to the business based off of the promo from Chasing. You dropped the ball, 7. You dropped the ball, baby. And then we get Willa so hilarious in her confessional talking about cuties being on this season, but back I wasn't going to say it. I think my messy ass did say the shit. Yes, I did. Matter of fact, I said it before this season even started. I said, well, goddamn, they done took all. I said, goddamn, they done took all the handsome. They done took the train away with. When we're talking about this is a sexy season, then she was talking about, oh, she was talking about darn on Cam and Ike and them. I was like, goddamn, Willie, you shady. Now, bitch, it's one thing for me to say it as the goddamn reviewer. But girl, you friends with these hoes. You ain't supposed to say that shit. You supposed to let DivaWuan say that shit. But I was thinking the shit my damn self. I was like, goddamn. I understand why my boo Rico wasn't on this season. Once again, y'all, purchase the merch. Purchase the merch. Top talk. Rico dealt with a loss of his parents, so condolences to Rico with a K. That's why he wasn't on this season. Aaron Thomas got the darn on pink slip. He was like Mariah Carey. He looked in the darn on mailbox. And he got the letter, but the letter was a pink slip. Your services are no longer needed. He got the Shiny O'Neal, baby. That what happened to Aaron Thomas. Then we got darn going Ike, honey. I hope he can fight. This is my sign. Honey, this wasn't the sign for darn gone Ike to be on season 6, honey. He was over there chasing the love of Bobby. He was over there getting a good old Zeus chick, honey. Like Nene was getting a Trump chick, bitch. Darn gone Ike was getting an old Trax Zeus chick, baby. He done got himself a whole new name and everything. Had a little mini love interest over there that didn't work out, whatnot. Was in a whole different city. But see, he was, now this is where it gets confusing, because technically he was in Atlanta until like June of this year, so they could have still had him in a few scenes. It's like more than just that one in Houston or whatnot, so that was a little bit weird, especially since him and Tonka works at the same job. It's like we couldn't get not nail another scene of, but see, maybe Ike didn't want to be in another scene. He did say he was a 1-season girl. So, unfortunately, that was that with Ike. But, yeah, it is unfortunate. We ain't getting no... We still got our good boo Rico casting out. But I guess that doesn't hit quite the same because, honey, Rico ain't interested in the girls, honey. So, It's the queen season nonetheless, honey. We got a bunch of beautiful folks, honey. I'm just gonna leave it at that. What else do we have for this episode? Okay, this is what confused me. So, is Kane the pass around ping of darn going Atlanta? And Kane, I don't give a damn if you get mad about me saying this. And I tried to give y'all some leeway because I said, okay, Atlanta is small. You know, Atlanta, you got multiple people. Everybody's a dancer, singer, actress, an entrepreneur. And everybody knows each other by a degree of separation. So you're bound to fuck at least one person. Or maybe even two people that might be associated with somebody else. But goddamn, all on the same platform, goddamn Kane. So just on chasing along, Kane done allegedly done fuck Jay, done fuck Rico, Cassidy done fucked Oliver, and is now fucking up on Tonka. So you done fucked up on 4 of the people on goddamn chasing. Is this darn going chasing darn going the chasing ping around? Like, I don't even know what to call this. Okay. Me personally, that's a little bit too close for comfort. Like, I can't even bring myself to even comfortably try to see about hooking up with somebody that I was even involved with or even interested in, but not even made it all the way. Like, the ethics in me, because I think that does violate the ethics border or whatnot. It's like, I personally can't bring myself to do it. No matter how fine the people was. And Lord knows, y'all know DivaWuan was getting hit on quite a bit last year. And I had to turn down some people due to some conflict of interest. And I'm going to leave that there. I ain't going to touch on that too tough, child. Moving on. What else do we have? We got the cast starting to come up. Oh, Willa styling Oliver for Kaleidoscope promotion. That was a cute scene. Tonka finally had her weight loss surgery. It was a success. She done lost 20 pounds in the first 4 days. Cass starts to arrive at the King Kane LLC launch party. Side note, did Kane darn gonna spray his goddamn beard? And if so, please don't spray it again with that darn gonna spray. Honey, that darn gonna beard was just as glistening. I thought it was a goddamn filter on the darn gonna shit. I was like, damn, they don't put a filter on King Kane. He was just the glittery like a goddamn Christmas tree, honey. And then he already being shady talking about he knows some people wouldn't be here if it wasn't mandatory. I was like, well, shit, it ain't all that goddamn mandatory. Now, let's not forget, baby, bitch, this ain't Bravo, honey. Ain't nobody really getting a check for this shit. So, I don't know what the punishment would have been if folks didn't show up, because it's not like they getting paid for the shit, honey. So, Kane, I'm with Willa. If folks showed up, they really did want to show up, because it's like, what's being shown on the episode? Especially people who's not even promoting anything. Willa's not a music artist or anything. She's a hairstylist. She already got her established clientele and everything. So her being missing on the episode as a punishment for not being at your event really wouldn't have made or break anything that really got going on. So I don't know what's the mandatory about that. This ain't Bravo, baby. This ain't goddamn Zeus, honey. I'm just saying. I would have been irritated by that shit my damn self, and I would have said it just like that, honey. See, this is why I can't be on the show, honey. My mouth's so goddamn reckless, honey. Hell, the producer be ready to doggone kick my ass to the curb, child. But meanwhile, we then get over to Berlin felt shady when Oliver dodged the hug or whatnot. And J-Twan, girl, we need to learn how to do anger management. Like, certain stuff don't always warrant a response. Now, you didn't have to darn gonna try to whoop Oliver's ass behind that. Oliver didn't say nothing to Berlin. He just tried to pay darn on Berlin dust. Now, that could be seen as a little bit tacky and uncouth. And then you had to say the bitch breath thing. It's like, now, darn on Berlin was trying to be the peacemaker and all this. Now, why if she had a darn on breast thing, offer the bitch a tic tac or whatnot. Give her some darn on oral products or whatnots on the low. But don't darn on oral hygiene products. But don't darn on be in the shade. See, this is where Oliver goes wrong. It's like that bitch, that could have been darn on left in the thought bubble. That could have been left for Mad Day to darn on say to her directly. But for we as the viewers did not even know that darn on Berlin had halitosis birth that day. And meanwhile, that was not the primary reason why you shaded the hood. You felt that she was being industry cliquish. Bitch, that's Atlanta culture. That's what all y'all hoes do or whatnot. But she was trying to be cordial under the circumstances. And you should have just played along with the get along, honey. This ain't your first rodeo. You darn gone is the tech guru, the media editor to the stars. You darn gonna work with Madison. You work with goddamn Heavenly. You work with too many goddamn celebrities. Miss Pat, the list goes on and on. Candy Burrs. You work with darn on girls. You know how this shit goes down. Go ahead and do the formalities of the, the hugs or whatnots. And darn gonna keep it moving. There ain't nobody telling you got to break bread with this bitch. The girl just asked for a damn hug. But Jay Twine, that was not meant for you to darn gonna try to darn gonna play run it up on Oliver, honey. Like it did not warrant that. And then your karma comes around later on, but we'll get to that in a moment. We didn't get to seeing some of the toys or whatnots, and I ain't even going to give this too much press because I'm still jealous that darn on King Kane dropped the ball on not darn going asking for my darn on address for me to promote the items. Now you got the darn on sexologist on YouTube. You got the darn on expert of darn on sex toys, and you didn't send me not one darn on product. You got the bitch with the background in marketing, and you didn't send me one product. I gave you some free business advice, and you still did not send me one product. I'm still in my feelings about that shit, Key Gang. I think that was a real dickhead type move. The dickhead like Kendra had on, and I was like, what the hell type shit is this? Honey, DivaWuan has seen a lot of products, but I ain't never seen that type of product. I was like, well, shit, is this for the lesbians or whatnot? It's like, I was like, they can keep that one, baby. What else did we have on? Oh, now I would have loved to try on that device where you put it on the shaft or whatnot, and it goes over the shaft, and then it hugs the darn on the scrotum, and then the other part goes right into the rectum. Now that looked interesting, but that other one, the dickhead one, you can have that one. And then Rico, I agree with Willa again. The tough love approach about trying to get folks back in because everybody went out with Oliver at one part of the scene or whatnot. And then Dario had to entice the folks to come on back into the scene. It's a lot of the breaking of the fourth wall this season. I was like, they just really don't give a fuck. Like, I know this is reality, but it's like we ain't supposed to hear about the producers and shit. It's like now we just hear about the producers left and right and everything, and just break the fourth wall, just so uncouth. And like I said, this is coming from the girl who works with everybody. You would think darn on Oliver know not to mention any of these things, but I digress, child. What else we have? We done got Kendra went into a praying, ranting sermon. We got Willa feels unfair how every time she gets loud, the folks feel like they need to grab up on her and everything, but she ain't displayed no outright violence or whatnot. But girl, you done told us we from Memphis. And we done seen how the other Memphis bitch get down, honey. We see how Kendra gets to cutting up. So it's like, girl, don't act like they unjustified with grabbing you because they already got an example of what Memphis gives, honey. So before you even get turned up, they going to go ahead and grab you and calm you down. So darn gone Willa shut the fuck up with that shit. Talking about, I ain't even got turned up yet, but we know what Memphis can give. So shut the fuck up, Willa. And take a chill pill, bitch. What else we have? She quickly reconciles with Kane. That darn gone issue only lasted like 5 seconds, honey. The goofy personality done won Willa over, but who it didn't win over was Oliver. Oliver was like, bitch, honey, I told you can rub my booty Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but honey, this ain't Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hey, honey, on this day, honey, Oliver even said in the confessional, honey, no means no, honey. You over here dating my girl. You over here whispering, talking about you should have chose me, honey. I should have chose you. You. Honey, that's just trifling. Now, Kane, if that's true, you need your motherfucking ass kicked. You over here playing with both of my girls' hearts. And then it's alleged that you was messing around with both of them at the same time. So it's already bad enough that you know fucked up on Jay and Rico Casanova. Now you over here messing with darn gone Oliver, and even in your confessional you allude to that you still have some intense feelings for Oliver, but you trying to figure out your issues with Derek, aka Tonka, honey. I think the shit's trifling all the way around. Because you trying to present like you in a devoted relationship with Tonka, but it seems like Tonka's is completely oblivious to the fact that not only is you still dating other people, but you dating people within the same circle. Now, it's one thing to date people within the industry, you know, your same industry or whatnot, but bitch, you is on the same goddamn show. Now, it don't get no more trifling and gutter than this shit. Like, hey, that's a whole new level of deplorable and ratchet and stupid, and you need your goddamn ass slapped for that bullshit. I can't even darn gonna sweeten that up. I try to make a light point of something, but I can't. That's just utterly nasty and trifling. You over here darn going toying pretty much with Tonka's heart. You rubbing up on goddamn Oliver's darn on BBL booty. And darn going Oliver had to go Broward County on you. And you talking about what you did, Oliver didn't do this for darn going, who he mentioned, all the other folks, you didn't do this towards Jay Twine and all this. Well, we never heard of them having any sort of interactions where it was unwarranted. Let's start there. You the only person, sir, that's being accused of darn one essay at the moment. And no means no. And a person can withdraw their consent at any time. I don't care how much Oliver could have darn gonna gave you some last night. If he said no that day, no means motherfucking no, bitch. And because your ass didn't know how to respect the goddamn boundary. Now, once again, I will give you a little bit of reprieve. You've been drinking. Now, if you and Oliver was in consensual, ongoing situations up until that point, and you was intoxicated, we could say, okay, maybe you wasn't in the mental mindset to know the difference between consent or whatnot, because you were so used to you and Oliver ongoingly having something going on. So I would give you that little bit of reprieve if that's the case. But Oliver is saying that y'all ain't messed around in a year. Now, you saying you touching up on the booty Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He got mad on that Thursday. I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle of that. Yeah, he allowed you to slap him on the booty or whatnot, but y'all have not actually been fully intimate in some time. And you keep grabbing up on the booty, talking about you should have shows him. Well, bitch, you didn't. So get up off this ass, honey. Because you can't do nothing for me, honey. So it is what it is. You done got them Broward County hands, and I don't feel bad for you, honey. And I think that's pretty much how the scene ends out. We had Jay Twine talking about frick, frat, fuck the darn going, and this is where the karma comes in to Jay Twine, because you was quick to try to pop off on Oliver for no reason earlier and reaching, and then Dominique done popped off, because now Dominique, you done went and snapped prematurely, because what given Jay Twine's expressive personality, the way that he said it didn't come off malicious, in my opinion, that warrant you having to jump up. And then Troy later on doing all this. It's like, now we already know from Tammy Roman, like, bitch, don't put no finger in no face. Those are fighting words. Like, darn going Troy was trying to get some shit started when you darn gonna do this number right here. Tammy Roman done told us years ago what happens when you do this, honey. That will get you popped. So yeah, Jay Twine got his instant karma later on that night for coming after Oliver. Darn on King Kane done got mollywopped into the bushes. And that's pretty much how we end out season 6, episode 12. We didn't get a little PSA that the cast did not decide to go on a trip, so that's why we getting only a what, a 13 episode season or whatnot. And then we ain't even getting no damn reunion. Just mighty fucked up, y'all. But that's my damn review. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will be back next week with the season finale. Or I guess I should say the series finale as we know it.